Good morning from Ketchikan, Alaska. My name is Steven.
And I'm Jalen. And we are going to be taking you along for our helicopter tour over Mahoney Falls, which is a 1,500-foot waterfall in Ketchikan.
Also, after, we're going to be exploring a little bit of downtown, seeing what kind of shops, restaurants, and any souvenirs we can find here in Ketchikan. Because I have heard this is a good place for shopping and also a good place for catching fish, salmon particularly. So we're looking forward to our day in Ketchikan. It is so beautiful, and this is definitely not the Caribbean.
No, it is not, but this is my first time in Alaska, so I am so ecstatic. I woke up with the virtual balcony view, breathtaking, and just when we walked out here, I have no words. It is beautiful. So let's get this adventure started.
Before we head down, we're gonna go ahead and go eat breakfast on board because so much adventuring. You want to have a good start with the most important meal of the day. So let's head over to the main dining room. Welcome back to American Icon for breakfast. I can't believe they sat us next to the riffraff.
And we told them to hold it, but for somebody else. Yeah. Thanks for the magnets. That was really nice.
Where'd you get those?
I don't know.
I bought them online.
I don't remember getting any payment, so it couldn't be from us.
You're definitely not gonna
Okay, so after waiting for quite a while, we finally got our breakfast, and they made us special non-dairy pancakes. We pre-ordered it last night, so they had a little more time to prepare it, but I am so excited. We had no clue if they were actually going to do it for us. I lost a piece. Those are really good. I'm definitely going to eat these, and probably Steven's.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. That didn't sound right.
Yeah, it did.
Alrighty, we made it out of breakfast, and now we're on our way to the room, grab our stuff, and then we're gonna hit the town.
Yes. Also, breakfast was so good. Those pancakes were amazing and hit the spot. I am so full and ready for a day of adventure.
See you later, Quantum. Sorry. We're here in Ketchikan, and we have somewhat of matching jackets. For those of you who missed the matching shirts on boarding day, they're here in Ketchikan with jackets, though they're different colors and same jacket.
They're matching.
They're matching. First thing we did when we got off the ship, we went to Diamonds International and got a free charm.
Now, I will say that I have gotten that charm before on a cruise ship. I thought it was going to be a Alaska exclusive charm, but it wasn't. I think I want to say I got it on Disney before. So I don't know if we're supposed to get the charm from Effie, if that's where the exclusive ones are, or shopping time. I already want to buy the whole store. I know we're going to be in Alaska for 2 other ports, but I want to buy everything here because it all looks so cute. We just got out of Tongass Trading Company, which is right across where our ship ported, and it was amazing. I'd say that this is probably the best souvenir shop to go to. They had everything you can imagine: t-shirts, sweatshirts, magnets, stickers. They had 3 stories to it, and it was amazing. We did not buy anything, but we might come back through and buy something. We'll have to wait and see.
So we're on our way to the helicopter tour. There's a meeting spot that is about 15 minutes of a walk, maybe a half a mile. We're in a tunnel right now. It's raining, so that's why we're recording in the loud instead of in the water. But Alaska can rain 270 days out of the year, meaning that more than likely you are probably gonna get rain at least one of the days you're here. It's kind of drizzling on and off. It's kind of really hard to predict when it's gonna start and stop. It's kind of weird. Also right over there is Radiance of the Seas, which is the other ship that we could have gone for Royal Caribbean. They do north and southbounds, but I don't know. That ship looks way bigger and way better. Though one day I feel like I should try it. So we have walked the length of 2 ships plus past our ship. So they said it was about a 10 to 15 minute walk. We're definitely on the 15-minute mark, and I think we still have much further to go. Yeah. So they do offer a ride, but I thought it would be nicer if we could walk it, especially if it was only 10-15 minutes. Didn't seem like a big deal. but it's definitely much further. So if you
As
go
long
with
as-
this tour
assuming
company,
we're going to the right place.
I hope we're going to the right place. But if we are going to the right place, then it's a little bit
Maybe
further.
consider getting the ride.
Take the ride. Don't be like us and walk it. Just for reference, we made it all the way from Princess's dock, which is right down that way. You can see it way off in the distance. Not that far. Maybe 10 minutes past Princess, all the way to here. Our thought is maybe they thought we were going to be over in that pier instead of where we were.
Yeah, so we had to get from where we were to where the closest pier was, and then it was a 10-minute walk. But it still wasn't bad. It only ended up being like, what, 20, 25 minutes?
Yeah, it was a nice hot walk. We got to see a little bit of the town,
Yes.
get an idea of what we want to do when we come back later. And then also, we got to walk past the areas where no tourists are, and it was just kind of nice and silent.
Yeah, it's really nice. But we just saw a helicopter land, and we're supposed to be there now, so let's go get inside.
We're crossing. We're jaywalking.
Jaywalking! It's the only way to do things. Okay, so we went to go check in with the helicopter tour, and they said they're running about 20 minutes behind because they're having a little bit of an issue with one of the helicopters. No big deal at all. So we wanted to come out and just walk around, and I found this staircase. So something really interesting is that all of Ketchikan is built up high because of the nature of the terrain. So rather than have actual streets that people live on, they live along these staircases. So you have to park down below and hike up all these stairs just to get to your house. The staircase itself is a street. So this staircase is Elliott Street, which means that house could be like 5575 Elliott Street. I made up that number, that's not the real number. How crazy is that? Could you imagine pulling in, getting all your groceries out, and hiking up those many stairs? Insane. Let's go check out Elliott Street. All right, so we were walking along here, and I was like, this all looks like blackberry bushes. Then I said, no way, they can't be. I don't know why I said that. They totally are. Some kind of berry, blackberry, boysenberry, something. You can see them just starting to come out of the flower. I think they look so cool. Could you imagine walking up that just to get to your house every day? Whew. People of Alaska must be very fit. No need for a gym.
Alrighty, well, we've come back down from the mountain. It's really not a mountain, but we're on our way to the helicopter tour. She called us, we're ready to go, so we're gonna get aboard and fly as soon as we can cross, which is now. Jaywalking. I don't like doing that.
I do. It's
'cause
the
it's her
only kind
name.
of walking. Yeah, it is my name.
That'd be funny.
Take two. That was such a surreal thing to see. The waterfall was gorgeous, but so was the entire forest that we flew over. Was that 20 minutes? Because it literally felt like an hour. That was amazing. But I also did not want it to stop.
All right, we have made it back to the ship, but we're not going back on the ship yet. We're gonna explore a little bit more of downtown, and we're gonna try to find some things to do. We also found some weird family
We're walking here.
that we can't seem to avoid for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's from behind. From the front.
Did you have fun?
But we'll do a full review about the helicopter once we get back on board. So you gotta wait for it just a little bit longer. Oh, he's gonna try smoked salmon.
One's sockeye, one's not. We try both at the same time. You gotta try it.
So we have here smoked sockeye and keta, lighter smoked.
So there's two different kinds of salmon. So I'm gonna try half and then the other half. Pretty good.
Reindeer and beef, reindeer, right?
Crackers are very crackery. The sockeye is much better, but they were both amazing.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up, we can wait for
So along with fish, Ketchikan is definitely known for its totem poles, and we see a few walking around. This street actually behind me is called Totem Way, and we're over by Creek Street,
Creek Street! I found it. You're welcome.
which we have been struggling a little bit with the GPS to find things. Basically, if you're at Dock 2, go straight back and you'll find Creek Street. And I don't know why it's so spectacular or what's so magnificent about it, but we'll find out right now. But that is highly suggested by so many people to go visit Creek Street, and it, I don't know, I'll let you know in a moment.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up, we can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got.
I did not make that call.
You're so
I
lucky that
swear.
it's just your daughter here today and mom went somewhere
I'm gonna
else.
show it to her and say, there goes your freebie. If only you would have stuck around.
Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got.
We just got through Creek Street, which was beautiful. I like the buildings on the stilts above the creek, but it has a really deep history. It was the red light district here in Ketchikan, so I really wanted to come here. It looks really bad on me. I had no idea what this place was, but it does have a good lot of history, and there's a few signs that kind of explain some of the foundation of what is behind it and some of the women movements for, I don't know, something along that lines. I didn't read all of them, to be honest. They have a lot of good little gift shops to go to. They seem like a lot more mom and pop because they're so small and tight, but they have a lot of good things to buy. So if you're considering buying things, come out to Creek Street. That's pretty cool as well. But there's shops everywhere. You get salmon, you get t-shirts, wherever you want. But Creek Street's pretty cool. Yeah, and we only walked 7 minutes to get here. So, you know, that is worth it.
And there's the cool totem pole to see.
If you see this, you know you've made it. Just past there is where Creek Street is.
All right, we have made it here to the Tongass National Forest Discovery Center. We got our tickets for the Discovery Center. It was only $5 a person. My mom actually recommended for us to do it, so I don't really know what's beyond the doors, but we're about to go find out. All right, so this is just like a little museum, and there's a 18-minute film to watch. He said it's really good, so we're gonna go see that. And just walk around the little exhibits. They said it's really slow, so we basically have this place to ourselves, so run amok. No, I'm just kidding.
We've done it. Now we don't need to go to anywhere else. We've seen a bear. Tell me, if I line this shot up like this, does that look like a real bear? obviously ignore the sign in the corner, but you know, maybe. Just, does it look like a real forest? Views from our helicopter tour, but miniature version.
No, this is what we actually saw. This is you seeing our helicopter tour footage randomly in the middle of a clip. Go!
Wow!
That looked amazing.
So the first part of the museum was a living with the land exhibit, showing how the Native Americans lived on the land, how they used everything, how they smoked salmon, which is really interesting that they would just smoke a lot of fish and preserve it for them to have it later in the winter when salmon isn't as common. If you don't know, Ketchikan is the salmon capital of the world. Unfortunately, we are just a couple weeks before the salmon spawn, so there's really not much salmon to be caught. Not yet. If you come later June, maybe mid-June and onwards is going to be a better time, but early in the season of Alaska, not the best time, at least for salmon. But they do have so much wildlife here in Ketchikan. Whales, different fish, birds, other things that I recognize.
Look how pretty this is. Whoop-pow! Did I scare you? No? How about now? Did I scare you? No? Still no? Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
That was the Discovery Center here in Ketchikan, and it was only $5. Definitely worth the price of admission. We learned so much. There's 3 types of exhibits. One was about the living on the land, which talked a lot about the Native Americans' history. Then the second was just the different animals and species that live in Alaska, like the whales, which we haven't seen any yet, but we're still looking. Then the third one was kind of a more modern take on how things work, the fishing, the mining, the logging, very relevant to Alaska today. So that was really cool.
Yes, they also had a short film that they showed. We didn't get to watch the whole thing, but we watched about the second half of it, and it was really interesting. I'm actually bummed that we missed the full thing. It talked about how they make the totem poles to continue representation of their culture and how they don't want to let that die out.
The craftsmanship that people put behind the art is kind of just gives you a better appreciation, I think, is probably a fair thing to say.
Yes, so I 100% recommend coming here. It was only $5 a person, right across the street from the cruise ships. You get some great history with it. I really enjoyed it.
Definitely worth it if you're looking for something cheap. Definitely on the more frugal side of things to do.
Yes.
But
yeah, if you're looking for not spending a lot of money, or even if you have an excursion and then you just want a little extra, definitely check it out.
Yep. I'm glad we did this, Creek Street and the helicopter tour, but now I think we're getting to the time where we got to get back on board.
Yes, so let's head that direction.
Alrighty, so we just bought
A lot.
3 pounds of salmon, of smoked salmon, because it
Smoked
was
salmon.
so good. We like the sockeye a lot, but we also like the kita. So we got 2 of sockeye,
We
1
got
of
2
kita.
pounds of sockeye and then 1 pound of kita.
There you go. That's the
So,
ticket.
Yes, and she threw in extra jerky for us to make up the difference because we kind of almost mismatched a sale. So
Yeah.
that was really sweet of her. She honestly, we would have taken that $5 loss, but that was really nice that she let us have a jerky
Yeah.
because she let us sample it too, and it's really good.
Oh, we've made it back. Now we got to go through security, get back on board, and get judged for how
Wait,
much
they're
salmon
not
we
gonna
got.
take away our salmon, right?
I hope not.
I hope not either. I didn't even think about it. Well, we'll let you know if it's safe to buy salmon or not. Maybe we should have paid for the shipping.
Oh yeah, it would have been $25 for us to ship.
But we're too cheap for that, so we decided to shove it in our bag.
Which hopefully doesn't backfire.
Alright you guys, we made it back to our room and we are ready to give you a full review of the Helicopter Air Alaska tour we did earlier.
So for the both of us, we paid $409 for a 20-minute flight to Mahoney Falls, and we did find out that they do adjust the routes just a little bit, but we did get a good picture of what the routes are supposed to look like. It was really beautiful from the sky, one thing to say for sure.
Yes, we got to fly over not only Tongass National Forest, but some beautiful lakes and of course Mahoney Waterfalls, which was the main attraction. Our pilot actually spun around the helicopter so that every person in there got a good view.
Now there isn't any glaciers that you're flying over. You are just a little too south in Ketchikan, but trees are very beautiful, I will say.
Yes, and one of the things that absolutely had my breath taken away, the growth where they used to do logging was a bright green color. So you could very clearly see where they used to do the logging and how it has grown back to be so beautiful. It was a sight to see.
Now, if we were to do this again, we would suggest maybe stepping up into the combo tour, which is an extra 10 minutes it takes you and lands you on a spot. It, I think, is $100 more per person, so a little bit more pricey, but it would have been really awesome to land on the beach. Or there's a little platform that they would have landed, but today it was a little foggy. So like I said before, they do adjust the routes based on the weather and what they can see. So they're gonna keep things pretty safe.
The staff was so nice, and our pilot was also extremely nice and knowledgeable. We all were wearing headsets, and throughout the entire flight, he pointed out specific things, told us some of the history, and just what we were looking at, which was amazing because we weren't just aimlessly looking at trees, but we were seeing the Native American Reserve and the specific types of trees, the cannery, all of that stuff. We even saw a mountain goat that he pointed out for us and hovered for at least a minute and a half just to allow everyone to get the chance to see it, which was definitely an extra step he did not have to do, but I am really appreciative for it.
Overall, would do it again. 10 out of 10. Helicopters are just so much fun. This was Jalen's first time helicoptering. This is my second time, but it doesn't get old, I don't think. You can't ever.
No, it's so much different than flying in an airplane because, I mean, it doesn't have the wings out. It's the helicopter, and I don't really know how to describe it, but it's definitely a must-do. Do not miss out. And what I love about this one is that it is a great bang for your buck. No, you're not going to a glacier, landing on a glacier, but you are also spending at least half the price, which for me is a steal.
Would have been double the price for us to go on a glacier tour on a helicopter.
Where we don't even land on the glacier, just flying over the glacier.
And then even more beyond that to go ahead and land on the glacier, which I'm sure is all worth it. I've done a video on it before. Feel free to check it out if you want in the top right of the video. It's well worth a look and see if you should consider it. But this one, it's a good, well-priced one. And,
yes, and a good beginner one as well.
A good beginner flight.
And then the distance from the port was actually extremely close. Even though they offered to pick us up, we decided to take the time to walk. We were at the farthest ship from them, so it took about 15 minutes to walk to the closest port to them, and then an additional 10 minutes. But 25 minutes altogether, that is not bad. It is also right on the water, so you land and take off right from the pier, which was so cool.
If you are taking Norwegian though, you will be over in Ward Cove, which is a 20-minute drive away, but I don't know what they offer as far as services for driving, but if you book ahead, call, explain that you're coming on Norwegian, they might be able to offer you a free trip over. It was complimentary to get that ride, and I'm kind of happy we didn't take it because it was nice to walk around.
It was so beautiful.
So beautiful, as you have seen. Hope you enjoyed the review. We're going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of the evening. Dinner is coming up after a quick nap. So we're gonna take our virtual balcony and go ahead and turn it into a real balcony. Obviously not our balcony, but it's someone else that we know's balcony.
They've been like following us around this whole ship. I don't know why, but they invited us on their balcony and we didn't have one, so we said sure.
Welcome back to American Icon. We have the same table as last night, so that's what we're gonna do.
I'm so hungry.
Tonight is a Taste of Asia, a menu I haven't seen yet, but normally it's on the first night of an Asian port, but I guess Alaska, Asia, it's the same thing, I don't know. But either way, here's your starters, here's your main courses, and here are your desserts. I'm actually quite excited for this. Jalen and I, between both of us, ordered 4 appetizers and 3 mains. So this is going to be an exciting dinner.
Can you guess who ordered more?
I'm good, I'm ready.
Salmon. It's Asian night today, and I'm excited to have salmon gravlax. Not an Asian way to make the salmon, but anyways, that's the point. Wow, that's really strong. That dill, it's very strong in dill. Sadly, Jalen would not enjoy this whatsoever. She hates that. I like it, but this one might be a little too strong for me. But I'm just happy that we get to have this for dinner. It feels fancy, and I don't always feel like the menu is fancy. So, thumbs up there.
So I got two appetizers tonight because I could not possibly decide between the two. And what I love about cruises is that you don't have to decide. So we're gonna start off with the spring roll. Looks delicious. That is so crunchy and crispy. Holy cow, I think that's the crispiest spring roll I've ever had. And the vegetables inside, wonderful. Definitely get this if it's available to you. And then we also got the dumplings, which are one of my favorite foods literally ever. So, holy wow. The flavor in that and the texture, magnificent. I wish I ordered more of these.
I have never had Kung Pao chicken on a cruise. 20-something cruises, never once. So need I say, Royal has a lot of weight on its shoulders to perform today. I'm actually a little scared. It's good. It's just a little too much ginger on it, and that's the issue. I don't like ginger that much, and that ginger flavor wouldn't do it for me. But I know people who love ginger, so it'd be great for them. It's not spicy though. That was the thing I was wondering. Not spicy at all. It does have the peppers in it. These, the dry peppers, but it's not spicy.
All right, so today I got the shrimp pad thai noodles. Unfortunately, it normally has a peanut sauce, and because of my allergy, I cannot have that. So they made a special version just for me. I'm so excited to try this. I really like the flavor of that. It is a little spicy. I got a little kick in the back of my throat. But beyond that, the flavor's good. To me, the noodles are cooked perfectly, but I think they're overcooked for Steven's liking. And yeah, let's try a shrimp as well. Also overcooked. So it seems like this whole dish might be a little overcooked, but flavors are really good. In addition to my pad thai noodles, I also got teriyaki salmon, and it looks so good. Let's just go ahead and dig right in. That salmon is cooked perfectly. Falls right apart. And the sauce couldn't be better. This is really good.
For Asian night, the vegan dessert is going to be a lychee dessert, a lychee tart. So basically, if you've ever been on Royal Caribbean and you've ever had one of the vegan desserts, basically any of the tarts or the cheesecakes or whatever, always the same crust, just a different filling. So this one's lychee and some red filling that we think is strawberry, but well, I don't think I'll get an answer for you because I don't think I can tell the difference between strawberry and another berry. This thing's always a mess. I'm not even getting a lychee. This is a bite. Overall, not bad. The lychee is a little chewy. Not sure why. That one took me a little bit to get through. But it tastes good. Raspberry and lychee go together. So if you ever see that, I don't know where you would ever see lychee and raspberry together, but if you were to, try it. It's not a bad combo. And that was Taste of Asia, which was an amazing menu. Really liked that one tonight in the main dining room. We all liked it. We were very shocked on how good it was. I liked everything we had. So, can't wait till the next one. Tomorrow's a new day. But we're getting tired. It is already 9:30. I'm ready for bedtime almost. So we'll see what happens in the evening. But it might not be too much more. Long day in Ketchikan. So we have made it back to the cabin, and while Jalen is already asleep, so I will be closing this one on my own. I hope you enjoyed Ketchikan. It was such a fun day. Helicopter tour was a blast. Walking around and exploring Ketchikan, the downtown area, the Creek Street, the Discovery Center, all so much fun. And then getting back on board, being able to relax, seeing us leave. I am excited for tomorrow, another day in Alaska. So feel free to join us on that. Sitka, Alaska, looking like a fun one. Check out tomorrow's video. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see you real soon.